Hey guys, it's Average Joel making average content for the average viewer, and today I'm back with the top 7 worst types of gamers. Now remember, this is just for fun, and I'm not making any attempt to single people out or cause any direct offence. It's just for a laugh. So, if you do feel personally attacked, please feel free to write me a letter explaining your outrage. Then, take that letter and roll it up into a really thin tube, to which you can proceed to slide it up your anus. With that out of the way, I'd love it if you'd let me know what you think of my take on these list videos. And if you enjoy this video, then please slap that like button like it's a big ass booty, and let's see if we can hit 69 likes. Actually, I'd be super happy if we could get all of my videos to 69 likes, as that is just the sort of childish thing that I love. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Number 1, the Raging Bull. Now, I'm sure we all know someone who has these traits. These are the sort of person who gets killed repeatedly in a game, usually an online shooter, and every time, without fail, they will scream down the mic about how broken the game is. It's easy to spot a Raging Bull as well, just from stepping inside the room where they game. Some telltale signs will be a controller-shaped hole in the wall, the broken keys on the floor, and the tear-soaked pillow next to their piss-soaked pants. Now obviously, we are all guilty of getting a little hot under the collar every now and then, but these guys take it to the next level. They will literally scream their head off, even if they only die once in a whole game, and to be honest, it's just damn right obnoxious. So here's my advice to all you Raging Bulls out there. Just sit down and breathe in from your nose, and out from your mouth. And then, immediately after, swiftly take your head from up out of your anus. And if that fails, maybe try yoga. Number 2, the excuse main. Now, this is the type of gamer that is probably the most annoying to be in a party with. They will literally come up with the most bizarre excuses for why they aren't performing in a game that you will ever hear. They would rather say that they died because a woodlouse clambered up their Jap's eye than admit that they were just outskilled. Like, come on mate, it's got to be less embarrassing just to admit defeat than cry down your mic that your room is too humid so your thumbs are slipping off of the joysticks, or that you were distracted because there was a weird noise outside your window so you had to look out and there was a squirrel going down on your cat. I mean, come on dude, we don't buy it and we don't like it, so stop. Number 3. The toxic trash talker. Alright, so cast your mind back, if you will, to the days of Modern Warfare 2. You've just got in from school and loaded up your console, ready to sweat it out on your modded account and hang out with some of your mates. But when you get home, none of your mates are on yet, so you decide to fly solo and enter into the lobby anyway. You immediately regret this decision, because out of nowhere, some squeaky kid is shouting, "Hey Muffin Man, you're a fucking puff, I'm going to bend your mum over and fist her ass." And then their mate pipes up and starts with the calling you a virgin and saying that they've tracked your IP address and they're coming over to hang your dog. I mean, it really was quite impressive, the weird and dark stuff that these toxic little pricks come out with. Anyway, you play the game and drop like 42 for 3 on these kids, and then you leave the lobby. But then, you're bombarded by evil death threats from these guys, so you send back one simple message. You just say, "Fuck off kid." And then bam, you're hit with a 48-hour communications ban. Jesus Christ, I mean, if it isn't bad enough that you just took all this shit from these guys, now it turns out they're bloody snitches. So yeah, if any of you fall into this category, fuck you. Number 4, the lone wolf. Now, I'll straight up hold my hand to this one. This is me. This is me. And I can only apologise to my mates for this. For the most part, I just prefer playing on my own. But yeah, I mean, I get why it's fun to be in a party with loads of your pals shooting the shit, but at the end of the day, when I'm in a game, I don't want that immersion broken. These guys aren't always the type to play a first-person shooter. I mean, that's probably a good thing, because no one wants to hop into a game of Rainbow Six Siege and have some knob with everyone muted just running around like Rambo with no interest in team play at all. And yeah, that type of lone wolf sucks ass. However, another type is the guy that rather than get into the hardcore pasting that is the online shooter community, you're much more likely to find them fishing the North American streams in Red Dead Redemption. Just sat there in their room with a few beers, kicking back and enjoying the wonders of all the open world games that Modern Warfare has to offer. These guys aren't hurting anyone, they just want to ride their horse that they named John Bomb Pony and chill out. So don't worry about these guys, because they sure as hell aren't worried about you. Number 5, the hipster. Okay, so hipsters are something that we have to deal with day in and day out. The type of person that you see when you're in a rush for work and you pop into your local coffee shop for a latte to kickstart your day. Then, douchebag McTwizzletash takes a full 10 minutes making your coffee and drawing a fucking picturesque woodland scene in the froth, whilst droning on about how the chlorine in the shower water is making his mustache too hard for him to fucking twiddle. God, they suck. And now they've infected the gaming sphere too. These guys aren't interested in the new Call of Duty or playing Grand Theft Auto. No. They are only interested in very small indie games with bizarre names that you've never heard of, or games that stopped being relevant back in 2005. Now, don't get me wrong, there isn't anything wrong with this per se, but the problem comes when you start to talk to them and you have to hear them slate all the great AAA titles that you love and tell you that the only real way to play a game is to play an obscure JRPG that is only in Japanese and that you have to study the language for 5 years just to be able to play it. You aren't impressing anyone, pal. You, sir, are just a penis. Number 6. Darth Vader. Again, this is another one that I'm guilty of. Yes, I vape. And no, I'm not worried that it's going to explode my lungs into tiny little pieces. And yes, I'm aware that vaping isn't actually cool. But anyway, I often hear these guys in the game chat sounding like they're hitting huge bong hits. And for a minute, yeah, I think that maybe they are absolute 420 blaze it, I don't care about work, living on the edge legends. But it soon becomes clear that these guys aren't cool, and in reality they are probably just some sweaty neckbeard who lives alone that is sat in a cloud that is a mix of blueberry and raspberry donut and their halitosis. God, this isn't actually a type of gamer at all, I'm just sat here attacking other vapors. I'm sorry, but to be fair, hearing these constant drags down the mic is very annoying, so it's staying in the video anyway. Number 7. The Goat. Right, so when I was at uni, I lived with this guy. He was really sound dude and we had a lot of fun, we loved to party, he had a great sense of humour and did well with his work. And he was always insane at just about any game he picked up. Now, usually when you come across one of these sweaty gamers that just stomps on people at every game they play, you can at least console yourself with the fact that even though they are better than you at this game, at least you are better at other things than them, such as personal hygiene or getting up to your nuts and guts. However, with the GOAT, all of this goes straight out of the window, because not only are they beating you at games, something that you consider yourself to be pretty good at, but on top of that, they are on track for maintaining a first, going out 4 nights a week and getting more pussy than Dan Bilzerian. I mean, that's hardly fair, is it? Surely there is something these guys are shit at. But no. And to make it all worse, they are actually really sound guys, so you can't even hate them for it. All you can do is hate yourself and cry whilst contemplating the idea of taking some wire cutters to their thumbs. And penis. Anyway, that about sums it up for today. I know the idea for the video isn't super original, but I hope at least that my horribly crude jokes put my own original spin on things. Let me know in the comments what sort of gamer you are. Also, if this sort of video tickles your fancy, then I would love it if you would subscribe. I'm currently on 580 subscribers and I'd love to be able to hit 600 soon. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm Average Joel. Peace.